Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for the Clippers, CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. And inside at center, a long 6'11", the skyscraping big man out of Texas A&M, DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Pierce, and it's Griffin in at the 4 spot. And looking at the Bucks, Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Chris Middleton. And playing at center, the 6'11", big man out of Georgetown, versatile scorer, terrific passer, Greg Monroe. And then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Parker in at the 4. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip.
Hey, get Paul!
Paul against Carter-Williams. Paul goes in, Jordan, and he goes in for the dunk.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter-Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Milwaukee with the ball. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Redick with it. Now defended by Carter-Williams. Redick passes to Paul. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership. Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right. Now, here's Paul. Feeds to Griffin. Kicks it out to Paul. Puts up a 3. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Paul's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. What'd you find out, Doris?
He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, you know, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Parker. Tries a 3, and he gets the bucket. Parker's got himself on the board with 3 there. As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the 2nd worst record against the Eastern Conference.
And, you know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Parker. Clippers leading by 4. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Crawford drives in. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Now here's Vasquez. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he's way off from outside. Redick against Carter Williams. Jordan kicks to Redick. Kicks it out to Crawford. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And that one's good. Griffin.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Paul Pierce. Now here's Henson. Vasquez guarded by Crawford. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
14 seconds. 14.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Stevenson. Tight defense on him. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Bucks trail by 8. Mayo drives in. Shoots from the baseline. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Clippers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Back to Henson. Vasquez with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And Henson kicks to Bayless. Back to Henson. Clock at 6. The feed to Bayless. The 3. Josh Smith pulls it in. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Stevenson kicks to Crawford. The Clippers rebound. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Now Mayo fires top of the key. And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Paul with the 3, and the shot is good. Paul's got 8 points. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 8. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Henson can't get it to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Johnson left side. Back to Paul. Lets it go from deep. Johnson with it. Now Mayo defending. And here's Stevenson for 3. Here's Aldrich. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Bucks trail by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
And the pass to Bayless. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Stevenson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Back to Johnson. There's the triple. And he gets it to go.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Bayless. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Clippers leading by 13. Now here's Stevenson. The three from Johnson. Rebound, Milwaukee. Benson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. For 3, Middleton. Lance Stevenson grabs the board for Los Angeles. They've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Paul outside. The Clippers keep it alive. Here's Johnson. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Cole Aldrich. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Nothing offensively yet from them in this second quarter. Here's Bayless. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
This one for 3. Good D by Stevenson.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Nice shot by Smith.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Parker's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Mayo. Here's Bayless. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
He dishes it to Stevenson. Kicks it out to Johnson.
Don't let him get a breather out.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Still Bucks ball.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Bucks trail by 20. Outside, Antetokounmpo.
I got him.
Looking to end the run. And the Bucks miss again. Los Angeles has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Pierce with it. Now Monroe defending. Here's Griffin. Again, Los Angeles.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Drills the three-pointer. Antetokounmpo's got 5 now.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
The shot's good from Paul.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Los Angeles leading by 21. Redick dishes to Paul. from about 19 feet. And it's J.J. Redick with a three. Redick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. A three ball. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Paul's been great. 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him. And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand. And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the chart.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. For Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin.
Right.
How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done. That would be something to see.
Paul with the ball, now guarded by Middleton. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Outside, Pierce. 4 on the clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Paul Pierce. Now here's Crawford. Paul outside. Back to Crawford. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Paul. The shot's good from Jordan.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking, and he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denials.
Here's Carter-Williams. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Right side, Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Soft touch off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points. Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a